Welcome to the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit reading. Today we pulled the horse. Momentum, freedom, expansive energy, and force. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum so reliable, so supportive, that you can ride on its back toward any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse's freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus, meditation, are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. When in balance, the horse achieves anything and never gives up. When out of balance, runs away and feels weak. To bring it into balance, strength training is recommended. I love horses, but secretly, oh dear, the cat's out of the bag now, I'm scared of them. Because I'm only 4'11". I'm pocket-sized. And horses are, well, huge. But they're glorious to behold. And I know here in Alberta, you can, if you go out of the city, just depends on where you go to, you can encounter wild horses. Ooh, they're lovely. And I was reading this National Geographic article, and where these two horses were fighting. Now, horses really aren't aggressive, and the fight maybe lasted for, I don't know, a minute, and then they were back to their jolly selves. When I think about the horse, its stance is so proud, the way it trots, canters. But my favorite part of the horse is when the stallion flips its mane. That is so amazing to watch because he's so confident. He is so confident. But you know what? He didn't have a class on confidence. He didn't. He didn't go to the gym either. So, how does the horse achieve physical stamina to have such endurance and agility over terrain? And how does he get that focus? Well, the minute the foal is born, it's walking within a few minutes. And then it starts to run. Because I don't even want to say it trusts its own ability, because then that's putting words on things. Clearly, it has to trust in its own ability. So that time that it's taking to learn how to walk, in those few minutes, it is simply familiarizing itself with its four legs and its tail to get its bearings. And he says, this is how it works. This is what I do. I can trot. And he's like, look, mommy, I can trot. And he's moving from the day he comes out until the day he expires. He's moving. This is what builds the stamina in his body physically. He moves his body. He is the gym. It's not a place for him to go. It is the gym because it moves. And the more you move muscles, the stronger they become. And how you move them will determine, we need to have endurance, or we need to have a quick burst of strength. Or agility, so they jump. They use, and it looks like play. It looks like play. So they're doing what comes naturally to them. They're moving their bodies. Now, the mental stamina, the focus, and the meditation. I've never seen a horse sitting in the lotus position saying, I've never seen it. But yet, their whole life is a meditation. Their whole life is a meditation. Because they're doing what comes naturally. And remember how we said the horse he's in the earth element. You see, earth element is patient. It waits and it feels out the situation and then it makes a decision based on what it's feeling. Earth. And it is sturdy. Takes a lot to move it. That's the earth element. But also contained within that earth element, the horse loves its freedom, which is air, the air element. It loves its freedom. I know it seems like a ramble, but picture that horse, because now you're going to equate yourself to that horse. The horse is. You and we are. So, how do we become physically strong? Through exercise. We move our bodies. Move your body. Well, how do I move my body? Move it and familiarize yourself with it. You ever watch a toddler? They're learning how to walk. They're familiarizing themselves with their body and how it moves. That's all you need to do. And once you become familiar with how it feels when you move it, then you can do any movement. The movement is natural, playful, like the horse. But here's the thing. Where does the mental focus come for that, to move the body? It is one fluid motion, you know. Focus, that's a word we hear a lot. And we always hear about the lack of focus. But that's not true, in my opinion. When something has your attention, a natural phenomenon occurs. When something has your attention, what do? You give it your full attention. Well, how do you give it your full attention? You're focused on it. And because you are focused on it, that creates concentration. So why then do so many of us lack focus and can't concentrate? Well, the body again is a receiver and a transmitter. It receives and sends information. So if you find that you're having difficulty focusing and concentrating, one of two things are at play. Perhaps the body does not have everything it requires, because it's physical, yes? Or the thing that is being presented does not hold your attention. Thus, if it doesn't hold your attention, you won't focus. Because focus is not something that is learned, it is simply done. But it is done in a most playful way. Everything is vying for our attention these days. Everything. But pay attention. What are you giving your attention to? Right? So that's how the horse, when it is out and it's about and cantering, I just have this image in my mind of the horse because it is so amazing. That confidence, that surety of self. It is not learned. It is simply there because we all have it. But somewhere along the line, we are clouded by something else. And when you watch a horse in its natural habitat, its natural space, it is so beautiful. And for me and horses, I've never liked the idea of a bit in the horse's mouth. I don't know if you understand how a bit works. It can be sharp. So if the horse pulls against it, so if you want the horse to go left and it goes right, it'll be in pain. So it will go where the pain isn't. That's the bit in its mouth. So, in other words, you are forcing the horse to do something. Whereas, I think if you have a relationship with the horse, if you gain the horse's trust and it gains your trust, you won't have to force it to do anything because it will do. That's what it does naturally. That's what it is. So it will do and be what it is naturally. But we force them to do things and then we put shoes on them. But I digress. There's a story I watched on Facebook. If I find the link again, I'll post it for you guys. This horse does palliative care. Do you know what palliative care is? He goes to a hospice. And there was this one man who was literally at death's door and wasn't really communicating because he couldn't anymore. And apparently the horse can sense which people need it the most. Now, how does the horse do this? The horse feels and senses and has an understanding that we as humans do have also. But the horse is not clouded. The horse is fully aware. And so when the horse encountered this man, he cried because they communicated. And you could see it in the video. They communicated, and you're watching it and you're like, they communicated without a word being said. So how did they communicate? How did they communicate? The horse always communicates like that. Always. The horse just is. He does what he is. Confidently. And it appears as if the horse is being compassionate. Well, he is being compassionate because that's what he is. So, when I look at the horse, I just have an understanding. And just, I can't put it into words because there are no words. But we have it. Because we're part of that horse is part of us. Because we're all from the same source. And the horse today is teaching us something very important. Be what you are because it comes naturally to you. Be who you are because it comes naturally to you. It comes naturally. You don't have to force a situation. You don't have to force who and what you are. Spend some time being grounded. The horse is always grounded because all 4 hooves are on the ground. And because it's grounded, it feels all those subtle vibrations and movements. It knows when to stand still and when to move, and its ears perk up. It can feel the wind blowing through its mane, on its skin, everything. It is so aware of its surroundings and itself. And from that awareness that it is, comes the stamina to move. And the concentration and the focus to do so. It is just one movement. It is one thing. But we have to split it up in order to break down the tiny pieces to put the whole together again. So today, remember and be as the horse is. Do what comes naturally. Because what comes naturally to you is beautiful and playful. Do what comes naturally. So I will post the link. I'll search. I'm going to search for that link again and see if I can post it for you so you get a better understanding of that level of compassion. And nobody taught the horse to be compassionate. Nobody has to teach us to be compassionate either. We are compassion. So if the horse can be compassionate, why are we not compassionate to one another? So, if this resonated with you today, I know I rambled a lot today, but I couldn't contain that energy because I love the horse. But I will post the links, and you, if it resonates with you, you share. Let's get the word out. Let's get our compassion in full motion. Much love.